In June, Saudi Arabia announced a revamped Saudi Pro League, with the country's sovereign wealth fund taking ownership of the country's 4 largest clubs. Al Ittihad, Al Hilal, Al Ahly and Al Nasser were chosen, with a further 4 teams receiving investment from other state-owned companies. And world-class players have already begun to arrive, headed by Cristiano Ronaldo joining Al Nasser in January and Karim Benzema signing for Al Ittihad as the summer began. With stratospheric contracts that European clubs can't match, many more are expected to join. The message is clear. Saudi Arabia wants to disrupt world football. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, is on a one-man journey to transform how his nation is seen by the global community, but also its own 35 million people. Saudi Arabia is infamous for a scourge of human rights abuses, and in combating that reputation, plus appeasing a rapidly growing and youthful population, MBS has alighted on sport. For example, government sources have indicated to The Athletic that Saudi Arabia is aiming to host 25 world championships across a number of sports by 2030. A bid for that year's World Cup, or the 2034 edition, is very likely. And 24 hours after the Pro League announcement, it was shockingly revealed that the PGA Tour was merging with PIF-funded upstart Live Golf. Sport matters to Saudi's population, 70% of which is under 35. And it's also football-obsessed. Since Ronaldo joined, attendance at Al Nassr games is up by 143%. That is now set to multiply across the league. And global publicity is a key part of the Saudi plan. According to MBS, one key strategic objective is to create qualitative opportunities and an attractive environment for investment in the sports sector. One key motivation behind his Vision 2030 master plan is to divert the Saudi economy away from fossil fuels. The aim is to triple the league's market value through a combination of commercial revenue and private sector investment. And since Ronaldo joined, ticket prices have also gone up. Now, another potential impact, heavily briefed by competition organisers, are potential public health benefits. The government is keen to improve the statistic that some 60% of the population are overweight or obese. One aim, given by Yasser Al-Misal, the president of the Saudi Arabian Football Federation, is to increase the number of registered male players from 21,000 to more than 200,000. But of course, Vision 2030 is also about self-perception. Simon Chadwick, a professor of sport and geopolitical economy at Schema Business School, says that what MBS and his advisors don't want is gangs of 26-year-old guys taking to the streets and plotting to overthrow the royal family because they have to live their lives differently to the rest of the world. Essentially, what the government is now doing is saying, well, if you want Cristiano Ronaldo, we'll give him to you. But the flip side to that is that they don't want to be questioned. So far this year, there have been more arrests of people in Saudi Arabia for posting negative comments about the government than ever before. The contract is that you can have whatever you want, but don't question us. Now, MBS's desire to appeal to the country at large is visible from the choice of clubs to receive private investment. Not only is it the 4 largest clubs in Saudi Arabia, but also El Qadsiya in the eastern region, and El Ula, the homeland of the ancient Tamudi tribe, both keeping the provinces on side. El Diriyah, from the birthplace of Wahhabism, has also received funding. Now, plans for the 2023-24 season will see each of the 4 PIF-owned teams target a minimum of 3 world-renowned names per club. A smaller number of world-renowned players are expected to be distributed among other sides in the league too. Executives are expected to be parachuted in, while the nation is also expected to become a destination for more European managers. Saudi's aim is to become one of the top 10 leagues in the world by 2030. But as of January, according to the sports intelligence agency 21st Group, the Saudi Pro League was the 58th highest quality league in the world. But despite that current lack of status, global interest is ramping up. Al Ahly, the smallest of the 4, have 2.4 million Twitter followers, which would actually place them around 10th in the Premier League. Al Nassr, with the largest following, have more than every team in England outside the Big Six. High-value deals with European broadcasters will be negotiated, leading to an improvement in commercial facilities. One criticism of Saudi football historically has been a lack of facilities outside 1 or 2 key venues. This influx of talent is likely to supercharge that development. With PIF's backing, spending is expected to become more efficient. So for the highest profile names like Ronaldo and Benzema, a life of luxury awaits. But this, of course, is not necessarily the case for everybody else. FIFA's website details a swath of decisions from its dispute resolution chamber, and contract breaches are common. Over 50 labour disputes involving Saudi clubs have been heard inside the past 12 months across the league, with claims of wages unpaid when injured, and, in the worst cases, contracts being torn up and visas withheld. FIFPro, the international union representing 65,000 footballers, warned in the summer of 2022 that its members should not sign for clubs in Saudi Arabia. It was listed alongside repeat offenders such as Algeria, China, Romania and Turkey as nations to avoid, with non-payment of salaries seen to be a recurring problem in Saudi. The Athletic has been told that public warning has done little to solve the issue, but the true depth of payment problems is unclear. There is no players' union to represent natives to Saudi, and as such, no point of recourse for any locals going without pay. So, as the Saudi ambitions grow broader and bolder and the Pro League attracts more global attention, that's a further aspect of football culture that will need to be developed if the competition is to meet its aims. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic is home to some of the world's best sports journalists, including journalists dedicated to each Premier League team, so every fan gets the coverage they deserve, not just the big clubs. And you can try it for free now for 30 days. See the link in the description.